What's that?
We gotta see what's in my van. I got a level, a skill saw. I don't think
a lot more than you should have in here.
I can build a house in here.
Are you a carpenter? Or
yeah, I've been a carpenter for 20 years. I can build a house with everything I have in here.
You need some more damn tools in there, guy.
Look,
anyways,
Storia right now. I was in Seaside for 4 years. I had my own apartment, but I moved out of that apartment so I can get the deposit money for another place. And then, but my van broke down and I had to put a new rear end in my van. And then, so that took up all the deposit money that I got from my old apartment. And now I'm looking for a one-bedroom house, one-bedroom apartment, which are hard to find. Because I got, the VASH has a limit that's called, it's $675 a month, but they're a little bit, you can go up to $750 maybe. So it's tough to find a place right now. Well, I go see my, Helen at NOAA is my worker. She works with veterans.
Yeah.
And she does all my Section 8 stuff. Huh? I'll share that with you.
The VASH will get you higher up on the list.
Yeah, I'm already I'm already active on that. No, I can move. I have a voucher. I have a voucher right here to move into a place. So I'm off the waiting list. I went through the waiting list for like 2.5 years, and then got a place. That was my last place, and I only paid $20 a month for rent through the program. And then they even put $1,000 down for my deposit. The Veteran Administration did, and then so when I moved out, I got that $1,000, and now, but I got another deposit thing going on with CCA now that they'll give me $700 for a deposit, and I have to pay it back at $30 a month. It's the deposit payback program, but it's really cheap. I just moved out on purpose. I put in my 30-day notice, and she's a good reference for me over there. She really likes me. I even work for her sometimes. But I just did it. I wanted to get a bigger place because I moved out. I was outgrowing the studio I was in. I was in this little cabin studio thing about, really small. 300-400 square feet probably. Maybe a little bigger, but I just wanted to get another place.
Thorns, man, just
pretty small.
Yeah.
Marty.
Marty, so it sounds like you have a claim ongoing with Social Security?
Yes.
And so do you have enough documentation in and
medical?
Yeah.
But of course.
Oh, you're sitting with a pair of ice creams.
Oh, yeah. I don't feel on that whole right side, remember? I don't feel anything on the right part of my body. And if I was right there, I can't see you. Right there. I cannot see you from both my eyes.
Or just
peripherally.
Yeah, peripheral means outside vision.
Are gone.
Uh-huh.
So it's not that one. It's both the eyes of that.
That's bizarre.
If you're watching football, Seahawks are right there, and I don't know what the hell the team is. Just don't even know.
It's not
At least you're a Seahawks fan. I am too.
Oh, so you're already hooked up with Medicaid or Medicare.
Yeah. So
what's that card you have?
That's like parts A and B.
Oh, okay.
If you're 65
or disabled.
Yeah, either or.
Right. Because I'm going to get mine. I have Huntington's Korea disease, which runs in my family. It's like Parkinson's on steroids almost. The same thing that Michael Fox had, but it hit you earlier. My mother died from it. My grandmother died from it. No, I just got, I had a test done, so I'm going to be on Social Security also. No, it's genetic. My mom died of it. My grandmother died from it. And we were worried about my daughter getting it. I have a 21-year-old daughter. And my mom, see what happens with Huntington's Chorea disease, it skips a generation usually. And it's primarily in women. most of the time, but men sometimes get it. But I think the doctor said that my mom had so many kids that it didn't skip a generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she had 5 kids. So I'm the one that ended up with the disease, which is good because now my daughter don't have it.
Too bad.
Yeah, my daughter.
Where'd that come from?
Is
What
that?
is it? I gave that
Mike's?
to you.
You did?
No.
Veteran case manager.
Well, I've been out 3 years, but I do DVR. So I don't know if you know that.
What is that?
You know what DVR is? It's the same kind of deal as DSHS.
Oh.
They're together and all that. So I would go 3 hours, 5 out of that week. So 3 hours, and then we'll say a month, and they go up to 4 hours for that week. And it'll move my Social Security amount all the way up to 3,300.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the store. You
then
guys keep
after-
going. I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm gonna grab a beer.
And then I don't like beer. Well, I don't drink anymore. 3 hours or 3 years ago, I used to drink. Now, I can't. Well, it's not that I can't stand it. I just like water. I think it was just. It wasn't a lucky thing or nothing. It's just after the timing, after going through the 3 different doctors that are going, well, yeah, he's definitely disabled. So after some time, they want to see if I'm going to be able to go to some work or what kind of work I've been through. What's that? Oh, that's all right. You don't need to look at my goofy ass. But anyway, usually when I was doing even the union construction stuff, high rises, when we did the Seattle Seahawks right there, that was awesome. It was a great job. Or when we were doing Seattle SAM.
The Seattle Art Museum.
Yes.
That addition they put on it.
Yeah.
It's like 13 stories or something.
Yeah. Right.
You worked
there.
on that.
I was on that for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Because you had, where I was always at, you got Pike, and then, I forget the one,
Second
little more
or something?
south. But you're first and second,
Yeah.
going on those ones. Man, that was such a great job. It was so much fun. But anyway,
That probably came with your work.
oh, my pension and all that?
Yeah.
Totally. In fact, I went over top of that because I would go. Well, they're like $1 an hour out of your pay, and I'm like, 3. Put 3 on it. Put 5 on it. And they're like, no, you can't do 5. Just make it 3 then. Oh, jeez. And I've been doing that for years. So what I was making, I was still making friggin' 42 an hour, Well, actually, I bought a house.
Oh, yeah.
My wife had a good job, too. She worked at Train. It's the coolant, this and that.
I got you a cigarette.
Oh, killer. When they do, anything for inside to warm up your house. Or if you have coolant, the big, huge, cool things they do. I just can't remember what you call it. It's my brain. It just... In fact, it was so weird not even knowing a lot of my life that was just just easy, simple.
Yeah.
I'm just going. It's like hitting a wall for me. No, this thing was in my brain since I was a baby. So it was just never caught. Even when I was, dude, this seems kind of weird. I have died 9 different times. When I was crabbing up in Dutch, going to freaking Russia. Should have been under. But when I was in the Union shit, I got crushed from a column, and all I was doing was just grabbing my wire, and I had the D-ring, lanyard, and shit, and then all of a sudden, when I went up, it was already falling, and I went. So I tried to get the P-ring off. It was too already
That's a D-ring.
over, and my feet were coming off. So I knew I was gonna.
You were crushed.
I was gonna be real freaking messed up.
That's
In fact,
terrible.
I went like this, and it's right on the V, right into your face and chest. So
Terrible.
dude, it was probably at least 500 landing on me, but I'm a pretty small guy, I'm only 5'7", but there was a guy.
We're the same age and the same
from
height.
from that door right there. That guy was standing right there and saw me go over, and then all of a sudden, plap, and the guy said my face went totally flat and came back to a face back to a round. But my hard hat smashed. Well, just ting.
Hard hat wasn't really shit in that situation, was it?
Yeah, it's for nothing.
Not to laugh, but
Were you?
I don't think it didn't, but I couldn't. They picked me off the freaking crane and pulled me out of the freaking
the Coast Guard came got you.
Oh no, because we're right there by Harborview, Seattle, and so.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you were on a boat.
So that was pretty hairy though, because I had 5 ribs broken here and 2 in the back. My jaw was all broken. You could see all these fucking holes. They had rocks and shit. And
then up in the hospital, huh? Were you in the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the hospital.
I mean, how long were you in the hospital?
I made my wife to get me in that car tonight. I'm not gonna sit in this place.
Yeah, I hate hospitals.
Not gonna do it. So
Yeah.
she's like, "What? No, just stay here tonight." I go, "Honey,
Honey.
not gonna do it. I'm a nice guy. I'm a happy guy, but I'm not gonna be here." So, and not to mention, it was so packed in Harborview that I wasn't where I should have been in that whole place. I was in a burn ward.
Oh, you were.
So I was already going cuckoo on shit, and I feel bad because those guys have gone through even worse shit than me.
Yeah. I started really going crazy when my grandson died, and he was only 1 hour and a half old. Because that's when, my daughter had never been through any hardship like that. She still has both her parents, both her grandparents, so she never really experienced that personal close-up death. Yeah, she's 21, and this was a year ago, and she had a premature labor.
Oh wow!
And I got a picture of him somewhere.
Smoke,
Huh?
bromance.
Marlboro.
Yeah, no, whatever you want to call it.
Gorilla Mint. They're not mine, they're not the other guys.
But really, for a second, I mean to pause that, but I really need to figure out how I can get like some work, like for.
So you can still work, right?
I was a rad killer foreman. I mean, I won't say the shit. No, but actually, they learned me into more architecturals, structurals, civils, all that kind of stuff. And it was really cool that they brought me into this stuff, even when I was doing my main work stuff. But Wednesdays we got to go over and hang out with the other people and learn more shit.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. We needed that kind of stuff.
We need
I didn't
everywhere.
do that. I was doing,
That's why I took a year off of school now, but I'm a math major. I've been going up there
What's up, guy?
about 4
What's
years.
Hey.
Do you have a phone with you right now?
You want to call somebody?
No, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like.
I don't have Google.
Oh,
He's got Google on that. I don't have internet unless I'm on
Wow.
Here,
then.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
What's the point of having a phone?
Yeah, you can get Google on that one. But I can get Burger King Wi-Fi out here, but it's very faint
Oh, right.
and it takes forever.
All you just say is AVM.
AVM. Arteriovenous malformation.
Yep.
Arteriovenous.
They'll even show you what it looks like.
There's a brain.
Yep, right there. Oh shit.
Tiny of abnormal blood vessels connecting arteries.
So it goes, but what mine did was went the whole side. So that my whole left side of the brain was pooled or spoiling. That's what happened. It sat there all the way to Portland, and they put these holes just to get some of the blood out.
Huh.
And normally they would wait 3 or 4 days. They're like, no, they got it. So they they pulled my brain out.
Wow.
And hacked up. Well, not hacked off, but look at that sucker. That is one big ship.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Those are trippy.
I've been taking a lot of ship pictures lately.
What
They put all this other like gauzes or whatever that new kind of gel or stuff they put in, and then put gauze over that, and then they put freaking staples around my head. Dude, ABCs, no chance. I didn't even know.
Well, something happened
one,
good
two,
because you're
threes.
alive now.
None of that. So I had to, even my toothbrush. I was sitting there, and my wife's like, Marty, come on. You can get this. You can get this. Right? And I'm like, looking around. I'm at this hospital place. Not a hospital, but it's
Harborview.
HS or whatever. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's freaking weird. See, I have to pass, or did you see when I was looking at him? I thought it was here, right there, but oh, there it is. That's what it's like. It fucking takes me a while.
I'm not laughing at you.
I can't go to frickin' Costco and go from the left side and grab shit.
Wow.
I just go to the right, so
Yeah.
I'm not hitting some tit by accident,
Yeah.
And I just stay right here. Then the wife goes and grabs what she needs. But anyway.
Yeah, I had to help my mom shop because she had dyslexia. She saw things backwards, So when we went shop, she took me to the store when I was 10 years old. I was picking stuff out. She read everything backwards. Kind of weird.
The first...
Hell, take the van.
When I got to the 8th month, I got outside. And when I was outside... Well, actually, I liked being outside more because I wasn't watching TV at all. I used to watch Discovery Channel, and all the smart shit. I didn't watch anything prior, but so I was watching that stuff now with my brain, and I'm just like trying to get the gist out of it all, It's
Did it
just
affect
too
your
much
depth
brain,
perception?
too much conversation to get through from whatever I was doing or learning. It only gets chunks of, so even when I looked at a football deal,
Football game.
you got a little ticker on the bottom, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to pause minutely just because I have to stop. Oh, the next word. Because it's like, for me, I can't look at it as a normal sentence. Boom, 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 boom. How your brain just kind of follows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is next until I look at it and see it until the next word. It'd be great if it was like Japanese.
You like signs?
Yeah.
Well, they go from right to left.
Yeah, right.
That would have been killer.
Huh.
I'd have been super stoked. So anyway, I have not really learned like I used to.
Like occupational therapy or something? Or...
I did for about 3 or 4 months, but then who was giving me a ride broke his hip, and so now I didn't have a ride anymore because I didn't want to drive yet. And I was like,
So
the doctors were, well, my doctor over here, Miss Marsh, she said, no, you're not supposed to be driving. So I actually kept going to the
DMV.
Yes, I was gonna say DVR, but it's letters and stuff. But so I went there and I'm like, I want to test. I want to know if I am, blind or I can drive. And I told her, put your hand in your face up there and this and that. And I'm like, I didn't see that. What's there? And then I can't hear anything on this one. So
You're
So
deaf
there's-
in that ear?
this one.
Can you hear out of the other one pretty good?
What's that?
You can hear out of the other one?
Yeah, well, if I'm on a pillow,
Yeah.
I ain't hearing shit. Exactly, I ain't the lazy freaking bum. I want to get out of Social Security. I want to get back to being a man and going out there and doing what I'm supposed to do. That's what I want to do.
yeah.
I'm a union freaking carpenter. Why would I be sitting there? And I know there's a lot of guys that are just wanting to get to that point and not go over and shit,
No, I don't.
I remember everything in my past except for the 3 years just as of late.
Now, building's the same. As a carpenter, the technology hasn't done anything to make me less work.
But
But
he's right.
I work less on purpose now.
If I go up a ladder,
Yeah.
no go.
Yeah.
No joy. In fact,
I don't even. You shouldn't even do that anymore.
I'm a liability.
Yeah.
Hugely. Especially in the union. So I would be probably better to be teachers.
Yeah.
One of those kind of deals.
I
Or
myself
safety
wouldn't.
shit.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind doing that myself.
I'm good
Safety
at
inspector.
safety. Yeah.
Yeah. Building
But
inspector.
nowadays, now that I'm at this point, all I want
Or
to
a
do is work
superintendent.
all day long. Because
Because
before,
they don't do a lot of work. The superintendents give the orders and hire up the subcontractors,
Uh-huh.
and they're like the general contractor. They're right under the general contractor. They're like the general contractor secretary. He knows what I'm talking about. Me?
Yeah.
I'm just lazy. I just don't. Sometimes I will. I'm a go-getter. I've been 23 years in the carpentry business, but I don't start.
How? I'm sorry.
About 23 years building houses and remodeling houses. 23 years.
God,
It's
even
like-
my numbers, I got it.
I got out of the army in 1992. When I got out of the army, I joined the National Guard for another 6 years, and that's when I started swinging a hammer.
Were you in Korea?
Yeah, I did 18 months in Korea.
Like
Not the
police-
Korean War.
No, like police action, kind of.
I was 11 Bravo. That means I was infantry. So
Uh-huh.
I was guarding the DMZ zone
Yeah.
I pussed out.
in that house.
That's
I
a
almost got
bummer.
in that veterans house that I don't want to live like that. And then I would have to give up my VASH housing for that. I could move in there free, but it's just, yeah, but it's not self-living. It's what do you call that thing when there's a lot of people in the house? It's community living, and I want my own place. Yeah. Yeah, all I have to do is find something and just call it. I got a list I can keep calling. I actually almost had one, but in Seaside, I stopped looking for housing because this lady said, this manager for Creekside Village Apartments said, you can move in, and I done all the paperwork, the screening and everything, and then see what happens is some people stay in their program. They got two kinds of housing. They got NOAA, and they got something else.
Project-based housing.
Yeah, project-based.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in the project-based housing, because they do both in that apartment building, they got to stay because they got awarded some money or something, and that just kicked me out of that one. So, but I'm very next on the list for that one. It's funny because I was on their list for about a year and 2 weeks, and I just called them out of the blue and said, "Hi, you got an apartment? Am I on your list still?" She goes, "Yeah, you called it the last day." Because they mailed me a letter and they were waiting for it back, and they said you were on the last day of that waiting list.
Really?
So waiting lists are good. Yeah.
Like
and I just talked to my counselor this morning, and Helen, and she said there's two kinds of housing over there too. There's market housing and low income housing. She said for me to call them back and ask for the market housing this time, because I asked them about because they have a waiting list there.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever got on their waiting list, but yeah, it's really touch and go, especially in my price range. You know, I talked to someone's realty the other day, and they said it's not. They said not to discourage you, but it's going to be hard to find something for that. You know,
I just want to work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's only one way to nail a fucking stud to a wall. You know.
Yeah.
You can't use a computer.
Maybe is that bad or good?
But you're gonna ruin your computer.
I can't remember the lingo.
Because I use that. Feel that.
I
swing that all day. Yeah. This is Vaughn.
That's a really hammer.
I like this.
Careful about his.
16 penny nails.
So
Yeah. I can swing that fucker all day long.
Just billows.